So what do you want for your birthday?
A house.
A who?
A house.
Your dollhouse?
No.
What do you mean when you want a house?
I want a real house.
People ask me all the time, where did he come up with this idea? You know, most kids, they want to have a party, you know, whether it's skating. I'm still amazed. For Jacoby Cruz's 10th birthday, he asked me if he could buy a house. I have got to tell you, I thought it was a joke.
What are you buying it for?
We want to buy it so people can rent the house, and then when they pay the rent, I can get the money.
What 10-year-old wants to buy a home? And of course I asked him, why do you want to buy a house? And he was like, so I could make some money. So I'm thinking, wow, how are you gonna make some money? Because you don't have any money. He said, that's why I want to buy a house. That was really kind of interesting. So I kind of talked to him a little bit more about why and what he wanted to do. And basically he just wants to make some money. And a lot of things that we talk about, I think the kids listen. And one of the things I talk about is not having a job. You know, you need to fish for yourself. And so I think he listens and he kind of understands a little bit, but not most. So I kind of sat down with him to see if he understood about money. Hi, Cruz. So you decided to come in. Okay, great. Well, the reason why you're here is because all of my clients have to meet with me for their buyer consultation. So I want to go ahead and explain the buying process to you. I've got a couple of things about not getting ripped off on your first home. I got a chocolate, you got the card, and guess what? Since you're a kid, I got you some treats. Get a bag, you got a magnet. These are all the things that I give to my clients, so I figured I would give them to you. And what I want to do today is I want to explain to you a little bit about what's in my book about the buying process and knowing what to buy. Now, because you are buying a rental property or looking for a rental property, it's a whole different ball game. So we're going to explain to you some of these items here. And even though you're young and you're only 10, you still can understand the buying process. Of course, you know you need money, so that was what we talked about. And in order to get the money, you said you're going to borrow it from me. So that's a good thing. Once you get the money from me and you buy the house cash, then you're going to actually go to closing. And once you go to closing, then you'll get your key. So I wanted to ask you if you knew the difference between a liability and an asset. What is a liability?
A liability is something that doesn't make you money, and then an asset is something that does make you money.
So give me an example of an asset.
An asset is a house or a stock.
So is a video game an asset or a liability?
It's a liability, but if you can make money out of it, then it's an asset.
How would you make money on video games?
By playing it online.
Oh. So the first thing we talked about was assets and liabilities, and he knew about that because we talked about that before. And then I wanted him to explain to me the quadrants, which I was very excited that he remembered all the quadrants, and he knew he either wanted to be a business owner or an investor. So I was proud about that. Well, before you buy the home, we wanted to talk a little bit about what we've talked about when you were younger, and those are the 4 quadrants. So I want to make sure you understand the 4 quadrants, because when you buy a home and you become an investor, you need to know exactly what quadrant to be in. So let's talk about the quadrants, the 4 quadrants, starting with the E quadrant. Tell me a little bit about your understanding of the E quadrant.
The E quadrant is an employee. So an employee is a person who has a job.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about the S quadrant.
The S quadrant is self-employed, where you own a job.
Like who?
You. But you still work.
Just work. That's
Yep.
right, all the time. And let's talk about the B quadrant.
B quadrant is a business owner, but you hire people to work for you. Manage systems.
That's correct. You manage people and systems. And what category are you going to be in if you purchase this house?
I quadrant. Let the money come to you.
But what he didn't enjoy was when we sat down and we went over what the house cost and what the expenses were and what was left over. He was like, oh God, we got $600. I said, no, we don't have $600. You have $100 and I have $500. And he was not happy about that. But I had to explain to him, if you're buying a home, typically you have to borrow the money from the bank. And in this case, I'm the bank. So you gotta pay me back. So I did explain to him that I would give him $100 from the proceeds, and he first was not too happy, but he realized $100 is a lot of money for a 10-year-old. I mean, come on, what is he doing with $100? So I asked him, what is he going to do with the 100, just to test him out. And he said he was going to take 50 and put it in the bank, and then he was going to keep the other 50, and then from the other 50, you're going to love this, he's going to give his sister 20. I mean, he loves his sister. So he's going to give her $20 and keep $30 and have $1 a day. I thought that was just amazing. One of the most sweetest points that he ever, spoke about in the process. I even tried to trip him up when I asked him what is the difference between an asset and a liability. And what really got me was when he said that a video game is a liability, but if you use it to make money, it's an asset. So I guess he's smarter than we think. I mean, he's 10 and he feels like he can handle it. It was really funny to watch when he met the tenant for the first time, and she's like, he's 10? I said, that's the landlord.
Who is it?
The landlord.
The landlord?
Yeah.
How old are you?
10.
10? Oh my gosh.
So I really wanted to understand the process from beginning to end. I really wanted to understand everything from how to, take care of the property, how to read a lease, how to manage the property, how to collect rents, knowing the difference between, what a good tenant is and maybe not so good a tenant, knowing how to pick properties, which ones give you the best return, what types of individuals are renting, whether it's going to be military, Section 8. There are just so many things that go into property management that I really need him to understand, because he's starting young, he has a plan, he knows what he wants to do, and he also says he's ready for his next property. So one of the things that really, really, really stood out to me was that he said it wasn't his last, and that by the time he is 18, he wants to be a millionaire. And so my job as a parent is to continue to reinforce all of the qualities of a young entrepreneur. And I really want him to understand that he can fish for himself. And it doesn't matter where you start, it just matters that you do start. And I'm just proud of him.